Hi friends, in this part 2 of our SQL learning, we will see how this SQL is used or how this query works before moving into our writing a very simple query to select data and all. So here you can see we have that our query can be used. Suppose you are working on a PHP platform or a Python, Java or any other language. We will have a connection string or a driver to connect to our respective database. Now our database must be active. Say we must have installed MySQL or SQLite or any other Oracle or MS SQL, anything you can install, and you must have an active connection to the database. Now SQLite is slightly different because SQLite is a file based, but still you need a connection to that, but we may not require a user ID or password, all this. Now usually database provide you 4 things: the user ID, password, and the host or the address. If it is not localhost, what is the address of the where it, because all database except SQLite all the network based database, so where it is running, and finally which database. Within the database there will be a database, as you have discussed, it's a collection of tables, so which database you want to connect, so that name, so these 4 names we will be providing. So here it is structured query language, and this language is common to all. That's the key, that's why we are learning, and that is the reason this SQL learning is so important. Now let's just see that how we will start. You can go, there are many online compilers are available. Say you don't want to install anything on your system, you can just copy the SQL sample table each time you start the session, of course, because free tools they won't allow you to retain your tables there, so otherwise it will be full of tables because many users will be there. So what happens is you can just copy the table sample table and use it there in their query window to run the particular table. Then once the sample is created, we will apply all the queries. That is one way. Otherwise, you can download MySQL with Workbench. The entire tutorial is available and it is installation process. Everything is explained here already. So I am leaving the link here. You can just click this and visit and watch that. So in this way you will have a system in your MySQL or any other, if you want any other database also, you can install it in your system. But I can tell you your online compilers also will work, and that I will be telling you every time all these queries will work, so it will be easy for you without installing. Suppose you don't want to have anything to install in your system. Now here are some 2 screenshots that you download it. Suppose your MySQL is already running or MySQL is running, then you all just want a front end tool, then Workbench alone can be used. Though while downloading MySQL you can download the Workbench also, so the installation, everything, you can use it as a standalone kind of front end connector to your backend database. And here are some simple, while installing you can move it out. I am inside my PhpMyAdmin. This I am running it in my local host. This is, suppose you have a hosting account, then your hosting provider will also give you access to the PhpMyAdmin where the database can be managed. Now here I am just creating a new database. So I am saying my tutorial is my new database and I am creating it. So database is created. Now I can refresh this. My tutorial has come here. Now I am inside my tutorial. Now I will go to SQL here. Here I can write the query, but thing is I don't have any data there, so I don't have any sample database here. So I must first create that. Visit this URL and see this data here. Here are 2 parts are there. First part is to create the table here, and the next part is to add 35 rows of sample data to the created table. Now this student table, this entire dump, SQL dump, we can copy it by clicking here. I will paste my SQL dump here, just pasted it and running it. So it will tell me my sample student table is created. Let me just check it up. There should be 35 records. Here you see my student table and 35 rows of data is there. So these are all sample tables. I can use it. I can browse it also. Let me just click this and browse it. These are 35 records are there. It will allow first time. By default it shows 25. I can change it so up to 50. So all my 35 rows of data is visible here. Let's understand our sample student table. There are 5 columns: ID, name, class, mark and gender, and the datas are there. There are total 35 records are there. This is just a sample of 3 are there. So we have kept this ID column is it's auto increment. Leave it for the timing what's auto increment and all. This is an integer column here, and the marks they got, these two are integers, and here all others are strings. So name, because it's a structured data, so under the name we have written the name, then class, then gender. So let's just see our first query, what we are going to use. We are saying select a query. It's a select query. What this does, this star mean is pick up all the columns. I am not saying you specifically which column, it's a name or gender, whatever. Pick up all, whatever is available on that. For that, this star is there. From student name. Student is our table name. So in this you can see we have used 2 black ticks here. Here there may be a little different in your MySQL or Oracle or any other database. This backticks here is it's across the column names or table names you can give. Even if you can remove it, but if you are using a space in between, then we must use this. Otherwise, how query will be that it is a column name or it's a because in between space means the next item is a different item. So that is why we have to use if it is and better it is advisable not to use space in our table name and column names. But sometime what happens if you are taken off data from a Excel table, then in Excel we have a habit of first name, student name, so we give space in between while storing in the column headers. So that time when you copied that, then all our column headers will have space in that. So that time either we can change it or we will use this backticks for the defining that this. Don't treat it as a variable or a data, treat it as our table name or column name. So let's move to our MyAdmin to see that. Let's write our query. So we are inside our PhpMyAdmin. I am just going to the query tab, SQL. By default it shows me that because I am working on the student, so it shows me. I can remove it or continue using it. Let's remove this and write the same thing again. Select. So it's in uppercase. So you can use lowercase also, because my present this MySQL it supports that, but you make it a practice that you write the query part in uppercase, whatever the table name and column names would, you write it in lowercase. But note that at this stage this MySQL is not case sensitive, whereas in other database you may face some issues where the case is, then there are different ways to handle it. Select star from, because from is also a part of the query. So here I am selling star means pull all the columns. Select star from student. Now that's fine. So student, if I'll write it in uppercase, what happens? Though I have created the student in lowercase, still it will accept it. Students, okay, but better to write a lowercase. Now let me just come down. I have zoomed it to a bit more. So here it is. Let me go. Now what happens? So here you can see all the column names, along with the column names the data is collected and it is presented, because I have not specified any column names here. So all the column names have come. Now I can edit this also. I will just, let me say that I want some specific columns. Don't give me all the columns all the time. So let me just come here, select star from student. By default it has shown. Now here is the column list is there. You can see the right side, it helps me in identifying the columns. So select, let me say ID. Now I am saying name. Now let me just give the mark. ID, name, mark, these 3 columns only you give. Rest of the things don't give me all those data. So what I can do, I can just find. So I will get the 3 columns now. You can see here ID, name, mark for all my 35 students. So then the question comes, okay, why I required all those things? I required say from the top 10 or from a specific filter. We'll see while adding the filters by using where clause. Select from students. Now I will remove the where part. Let's say just give me 5 records from the beginning. So I will say limit 0 to 5. Starting from 0, it's a 0 index. So for the first record is 0. So 5 records you've written starting from the first record. So that's what this meaning is. We'll see all this in detail, all the different limit, then order by and all. So we'll see, just check this. This is what now I got only 5 records, 1 to 5 records, and starting from the first record. So I mentioned it 0. Here is the query. It's another, again it has shown me this is the query we have used. Now when we are using the select query, most of the time we'll add some filters to it, and that is where based on certain conditions we'll retrieve the data. So up to this, you just practice this, install your or you decide whether you want to use it online, online compiler, or you want to install MySQL or Workbench or PhpMyAdmin. Here I am using PhpMyAdmin, so because I am running already PHP system in that, so it is already available, so I am not installed. But Workbench is also equally good, and you can work on that. So that's all, friend. Next we'll move with all the where conditions and different way to get the result in different orders, different integer columns, who is the maximum, what's the minimum. All this will slowly exploit it. So you will see that how this data is collected on different conditions and presented. Now if you are running a PHP or a Python or anything, there also the same SQL you can feed it. That also will show some samples. Already we have discussed in while they are working on the applications. The same part we'll see it here. So I'll request you, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon, so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials. We frequently add this, and if you have any doubts, suggestions, questions, use the comment section below to post it. Thank you for watching.